we can do better. That's what animal rights activists are saying in Frankfort today. And find out how you can help the Artists Collaborative Theater in Pike County get back on their feet after a fire last month.
And rain showers linger through this evening, but dry conditions are on the way. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, people in support of animals came to Frankfort today. They held their annual rally outside the Capitol, pushing for bills that they say will help Kentucky from being considered one of the worst states for animal welfare laws. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what they are proposing, and a new law this year being proposed by a 7-year-old very concerned about all the dogs and cats at his local animal shelter.
Animal welfare activists tell me that Kentucky used to be considered the worst state in the nation as far as animal laws. Number 50, they say Kentucky's getting better, now ranking at number 47, but still a long way to go. This year they're pushing a number of bills. One would require vets to report abuse. They say now veterinarians risk losing their licenses if they report suspected animal abuse to police. I am told Kentucky is the only state that does not have this law. Another bill would allow immunity for those who do damage to cars if a person suspects a dog or a cat is in immediate danger or death. That is called the hot car law. And then there's House Bill 27, which has passed the House and is now in the Senate. It would designate shelter pets as the official pet of Kentucky. And today we were told that it was the idea of 7-year-old Ethan Branscombe, who told me that he was bothered by all the animals up for adoption at his local animal shelter.
They're full. I've seen it. Their entire place is full. And they have so many animals that are hurt or injured or sick.
And Branscombe was given the Youth Hero Award for this idea that he had by the Kentuckians. Vote for Animals coming up at 5:30. You're going to hear more about Ethan Branscombe and his advice for other kids who feel like they cannot accomplish much. But for now in Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
People say they would also like some animal abuse cases only considered a misdemeanor to be upgraded to a felony.
Well, it's been kind of a gloomy and wet day here in the mountains. You can see that if you look out your window or even outside at our WYMT studio camera. Just kind of those mostly cloudy skies and rain showers coming down every now and then. You can see those wet paved ways there, so definitely be careful if you're out on the roads. Could see a slick spot heading into this evening. Here's those showers that have been passing by over the past couple of hours. Now, if you notice, the heavier bands have started to make their way out of here, so as we head into tonight and the rest of this overnight hours, I think we'll be mostly dealing with some lighter showers, but they are going to be sticking around. Temperatures, though, are on the warmer side, still in those mid-50s through a lot of us throughout the mountains. So definitely, yes, we're a little soggy, but we are seeing some very nice temperatures here. But you can see that cold front sitting kind of in the middle of Kentucky right now. And those of us behind it, such as Louisville and Indianapolis, in those 40s and 30s, where the rest of us are still in those 50s. So as that cold front moves through tonight, you can definitely see we're going to be getting a cool down as we head into tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're only probably going to be reaching highs in those upper to mid 40s. So not going to be reaching those 50s like we've been seeing over the past couple of days. And with that cool down, we're also going to see those clouds start to clear on out of here and some sunshine return to the mountains. Steve?
All right. Thank you very much, Brooke. The Artists Collaborative Theater in Elkhorn City is a nonprofit organization. After a devastating fire destroyed its facility, volunteers are asking for donations. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with one of those volunteers about ways you can make sure upcoming shows still go on.
From season-round donations to a chili cook-off, there are multiple ways to help the Artists Collaborative Theater after its devastating fire.
We decided as a group that our immediate needs right now are to be able to continue our season.
For the volunteers and the surrounding community.
And in the fire, I mean, everybody saw the videos and the pictures. There's nothing that was salvageable.
Emily Kingery is only one of many helping the theater back on its feet.
And so we're starting completely all over with nothing.
The nonprofit runs strictly on donations.
The building opened in 2008, so we had 12 years of costumes, props.
You can donate to a show as a prop, costume, or set sponsor.
We've had a loss, but we're not going to go anywhere.
There is an upcoming fundraiser night at Texas Roadhouse.
We get 10% of all the sales.
Plus a chili and dessert cook-off and a 5K.
We've learned to be thrifty as a company because it's necessary.
Volunteers say they could not thank their donors enough for their continued support. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
If you'd like to know more about any of the fundraisers mentioned, you can visit our website at WYMT.com. It was a terrifying crash that brought gasps and shock even among non-NASCAR fans. Ryan Newman was leading the Daytona 500 with one lap to go when two other drivers hit his car around 200 miles an hour, sending him spinning in the air across the track. Dale Earnhardt was the last person to die on the track in 2001, 19 years ago today. Denny Hamlin won his third Daytona title, but he said after the race he and his team only had one thing on their minds.
A person's health is bigger than any race or any accomplishment that you can possibly have. So we're praying for Ryan right now, and that's kind of all we're thinking about.
Newman, nicknamed Rocket Man, has 18 Cup wins. In 2008, he won the Daytona 500. Newman is listed in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. Harvey Weinstein will soon learn his fate. The jury in the trial of the former Hollywood mogul is now deliberating. The 67-year-old Weinstein is charged with 5 counts. They include rape, predatory sexual assault, and sexual criminal acts. The charges are based on allegations from 2 women. Weinstein denied all allegations against him, saying the sex he had was always consensual. A federal judge refuses to delay Roger Stone's sentencing. That sentencing is still planned for Thursday, despite a new effort from Stone's defense team to get a new trial amid the fallout over the Trump administration's decision to intervene. Last week, prosecutors on the case withdrew in response to Attorney General William Barr's decision to retract the prosecutor's recommended sentence, which came hours after President Trump criticized it on Twitter for being too harsh. Stone was convicted last year on 7 charges of obstruction, lying to Congress, and witness tampering, but has asked for a new trial. The Democratic presidential race is about to get a shakeup. Former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg qualified for the next debate, allowing the other candidates a chance to go after the surging candidate for the first time in a face-to-face setting. The former New York City mayor qualified for the debate because a new national poll shows him running second behind Bernie Sanders. CBS News learned Sanders' aides are concerned Bloomberg is the senator's most formidable opponent, and Sanders is now targeting Bloomberg in his stump speech.
Mr. Bloomberg, you are certainly not going to win when you have a record in New York City that included racist policies like stop and frisk.
Bloomberg is not competing in early state contests and will not be on the ballot until the March 3rd Super Tuesday primaries. Some polls show that shaping up as a Sanders-Bloomberg showdown. One of the country's most prominent institutions is filing for bankruptcy protection. The Boy Scouts of America is filing to prepare for a potential avalanche of sex abuse judgments. In an email sent overnight, the Boy Scouts acknowledged systematic failures in protecting their members from abuse, while pointing out prevention measures dramatically reduced those cases in recent years. For the past 110 years, tens of millions of Americans were part of the institution. Let's head over to Wall Street now. This Tuesday afternoon, the Dow closes down today more than 165 points. Ozzy Osbourne is canceling his North American tour dates. The announcement comes just a month after the rock singer revealed he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Osbourne said in a statement yesterday he will go to Europe for treatment and then spend time recovering from his health issues. If you bought tickets to the No More Tours 2, you will get a refund. You will also get first dibs on tickets to Osbourne's next tour. Straight ahead on First at 4, the coronavirus is still on many people's minds. We'll have the latest on some American evacuees from China.
And we saw those warmer temperatures again today, but don't get your hopes up because a big cool down is on the way. I'll have more on that coming up.